I screwed up. Here's the story. So I'm on Facebook and a friend reaches out to me, a business acquaintance, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you promoting my competitors using my image stolen from my website? What kind, he was upset. I mean, he was telling me he was actually shaking because here I just spent time with him and we actually met up in London and I'm all of a sudden doing this to him. And I take this, seriously, and I wouldn't do this on purpose. So I go in, I look at what happened. Sure enough, someone on my team had taken his image, photoshopped it, put a competitor's product on him. And I can see why this guy would be upset. And I'm upset because I'm like, this is, I wouldn't do this. Why did someone on my team do this? And so I went and looked at it. And yes, there was an artist who works for my social media manager, who works for my content manager. So I got 3 degrees of separation here. And they made a mistake. And then when it comes down to it, we put out a lot of content, guys. Over the period of a year, we put out over 200 videos, over 5,000 social media posts on all of our various platforms. So I got a lot of information, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things happening. Yet, you will mess up if you're putting yourself out there, if you're trying things, if you're going for greatness, you are going to screw up. The goal of today's video is to share with you guys the 5 steps that I follow to kind of recover from this. And first off, I take full responsibility. And that was the first thing I said. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on. I will fix this. It is my fault. It's my company. I take responsibility. It's funny, when you look up the definition of responsibility, blame is a synonym. And it's not just about taking the blame, because the thing is when you have success, everyone, it's like everyone wants to take responsibility, wants to take credit for the success. But when bad things happen, it's like all of a sudden crickets. No one's around. Don't be that type of leader. Don't be that type of business owner. Don't be that type of man that isn't ready to take responsibility when bad things happen, when mistakes happen. Because it's going to amaze a lot of people. They're so used to people trying to get out of being responsible that when you step up and you say, you know what? It's not just if it's directly your fault, but also if it's indirectly your fault. If you have responsibility for those people, if you have responsibility for that company, you've got responsibility for that team, then you step up and you say, you know what? It is me. When you do that, you're going to, what else can people say? They're like, okay, like he accepted it. Next up, number 2, apologize. Let them know that you were on their side. That, especially, again, if this is legitimate and if you have no reason not to, apologize. Let them know, hey, I care about this. Take immediate action to solve and to fix the problem as best you can. Now, I couldn't go in there. I didn't have access to that account. Yes, I do, but I was at home on the weekend and I've kind of got this separation. So I made a quick call, had one of my managers jump in, fix it immediately. We went through all the website within 24 hours to make sure nothing else was like this. And I took it very seriously and I communicated that I was taking this very seriously. Now I got to cheat really quick because I got my other notes down here. Make the injured parties whole is number 3, but really show that you've taken action. So especially if you damage somebody's yard and you've taken responsibility, well, go over immediately. I remember one time, I didn't mean to, but like my truck, I kind of drove into my neighbor's yard on accident and I tore it up a bit. And, it's like I went over there immediately and fixed this. And that's the kind of responsibility. You've got to make amends to people whenever you damage something of theirs. Next up, so understand what happened and why. This was something I didn't go in and blame anybody. I didn't fire anybody. I don't do things like I look at what happened exactly and why. And what we found is that there just wasn't a clear understanding with this new artist who had just been hired about a month ago that he wasn't allowed to do this. It was actually a hard to find image, and he thought he was, he cut off the person's, their face was not seen. He just didn't know that he had made a mistake. And I get that. Now, what I need to do is, okay, why did he not know? And this takes me to the 5th thing, is go in and change things so it doesn't happen. You want to create systems so that you're not making this mistake again and again. And that's something I see a lot of people don't follow through. They don't actually go in and set up systems. And when this systems apply to everything, whether it's personal, whether it's business, you want to make it so it's difficult to make that mistake again, and you're going to stay on that path. So with my team, I know we've talked about this. We're going to make big changes to the company because in general, the big issue is that we didn't respect someone's intellectual property. And I need to do a better job with my company, letting them know that is unacceptable and set up a system so that they succeed. So I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments how you have screwed up and how you fixed it or how you worked to try to do the best. Because at the end of the day, once you've taken all these steps, it's in their court. I mean, I'm really hoping my friend, I know he's not going to forget it, but I'm hoping that he forgives me and that we can still maintain a good friendship and a good relationship because I love what he's doing and I want to help his business. And, I'm sorry that I did that to him. And you want to, anytime you're going to screw up, you're going to mess up. If you are a human being living a good life, living a life that's engaging with a lot of people, that's doing a lot of action, taking a lot of steps, moving in the right direction, you're going to fall down. But it's not about how many times you fall down. It's that every time you fall down, you step back up. All right, guys? So let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys times that you've screwed up and how you recovered. And if I missed anything, let me know. I appreciate you. I appreciate the community we built here at Real Men Real Style. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next video.